Good afternoon. This is All India Radio and I'm V. Ravi Kumar with the Midday News. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi invites global industrialists and businesses to invest in India. Says our Act East policy is an important part of Indo-Pacific vision. President Ram Nath Kovind exhorts students to work with people in villages for improving sanitation, health and education. There is no let-up in pollution in the capital. Air quality level reverts to severe category. UN Secretary General urges Asian countries to reduce use of coal to mitigate climate change. And in cricket, India to take on Bangladesh in first T20 International in New Delhi this evening. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has invited businesses to invest in India. Stressing on innovations and startups, he said the businesses would be welcomed with open arms in the country. He was speaking at the 50-year celebrations of the Aditya Birla Group in Bangkok today. The Prime Minister said India has improved its ranking in the World Bank's ease of doing business.
Investors are taking long-term call on India. India's growth trajectory is reflected in several ratings. We are among the top 10 FDI destinations as per UNCTAD.
He said India is now pursuing the dream of becoming a $5 trillion economy by 2024. Modi said India's GDP was about $2 trillion when his government took over in 2014, but in just 5 years it has increased to nearly $3 trillion. The Prime Minister said his government has done significant work in taxation. He said in today's India the contribution of hard-working taxpayers is cherished. Modi said India is one of the most people-friendly tax regimes and is committed to further improving it. He said his government has ended the middleman culture and inefficiency through direct benefit transfer or DBT system. Speaking at the event, Chairman of the Aditya Birla Group, Kumaramangalam Birla, said Prime Minister Modi has improved India's stature in the world. He said Modi initiated several welfare schemes. Birla said India is the third largest country in the world after US and China in the startup ecosystem. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says India's Act East policy is an important part of its Indo-Pacific vision. Addressing the 16th India-ASEAN Summit in Bangkok this morning, he said engagement with ASEAN has been and will always remain a critical element of India's Act East policy and strategy.
मैं भारत और आसियान के बीच इंडियो पैसिफिक आउटलुक के आपसी समन्वय का स्वागत करता हूं। भारत की एक्ट ईस्ट पॉलिसी हमारे इंडो पैसिफिक विजन का एक महत्वपूर्ण भाग है। आसियान हमारी एक्ट ईस्ट पॉलिसी का मर्म है और सदैव रहेगा।
The Prime Minister said integrated, organized and economically developing ASEAN is in India's basic interest. Modi said expanding connectivity and deepening India-ASEAN economic integration are among the key priorities of the Act East policy.
हम और मजबूत सरफेस, मैरीटाइम और एयर कनेक्टिविटी तथा डिजिटल लिंक के माध्यम से अपने साझेदारी को और बढ़ाने के लिए प्रतिबद्ध हैं। फिजिकल एवं डिजिटल कनेक्टिविटी के लिए $1 बिलियन की भारतीय लाइन ऑफ क्रेडिट उपयोगी होगी। हमारा इरादा अध्ययन, अनुसंधान, व्यापार और टूरिज्म के लिए लोगों के आवागमन को बहुत बढ़ाने का है।
Modi said enhancing connectivity between ASEAN and India is important for overall growth of the ties. Prime Minister Modi held bilateral meetings with his Thai counterpart Prayut Chan-o-cha and the President of Indonesia Joko Widodo on the sidelines of the 16th India-ASEAN Summit in Bangkok today. During the meeting, Prime Minister Modi and Thailand's Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha reviewed the progress made in bilateral relationship. The leaders also exchanged views on regional and multilateral issues of mutual interest. Mr. Modi will also hold a bilateral meeting with the State Councillor of Myanmar, Aung San Suu Kyi, this afternoon. President Ram Nath Kovind has exhorted students to work with people in improving cleanliness, health, immunization, education and nutrition parameters in villages. The President was addressing the Sikkim University's 5th convocation ceremony in Gangtok today. He also urged universities to take initiatives under university social responsibility on the lines of corporate social responsibility.
कारपोरेट सोशल रिस्पांसिबिलिटी की तरह विश्वविद्यालयों को भी यूनिवर्सिटी सोशल रिस्पांसिबिलिटी अर्थात यूएसआर के लिए सक्रिय होना चाहिए और इस जिम्मेदारी को निभाने का एक तरीका ये भी हो सकता है कि यहाँ के विद्यार्थी गांव और बस्तियों में लोगों के बीच कुछ समय बिताएं, उनकी इन समस्याओं के समाधान में हाथ बटाएं और उनके जीवन की गुणवत्ता में सुधार का प्रयास करें। विश्वविद्यालय अपने स्तर पर अपने आसपास के गांवों को गोद ले सकता है और उनकी प्रगति में सहभागी बन सकता है.
He reminded students that the ultimate aim of education is to become good human beings irrespective of the profession. The President also appreciated Sikkim University's role in women empowerment and preserving cultural traditions, especially local languages, Lapcha, Bhutia and Limbu, and endangered languages. In Maharashtra, the impasse over government formation continues even 10 days after the poll results were announced. BJP leader Sudhir Mungantiwar has expressed confidence that the alliance government led by the party will come in power before 10th November. Talking to reporters in Akola, caretaker Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis said the new government has to be formed at the earliest as farmers are in distress because of crop loss due to unseasonal rainfall. Fadnavis said the caretaker government has certain limitations while taking decisions. He added that new government will be formed soon to resolve all issues. Shiva Sena leader Sanjay Raut stated that his party will talk to the BJP only on the Chief Minister's post. A team of small allies of the NDA led by RPI Chief and Union Minister Ramdas Athavale met Governor Bhagat Singh Koshyari yesterday. NCP Chief Sharad Pawar will meet Congress President Sonia Gandhi in New Delhi tomorrow. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates, use our News on Air app and follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts. You can also visit our website www.newsonair.com. The air quality in the Delhi NCR region has deteriorated and entered the severe category. The situation is likely to continue for the next 2 to 3 days. Talking to AIR, Director General of India Meteorological Department Dr. Kuldeep Srivastava said, due to rainfall, moderate fog shrouded the Delhi NCR region today.
कल दिल्ली एनसीआर में शाम को हल्की फुल्की बूंदाबांदी और रेनफॉल हुई है. इसके चलते अब जो एटमॉस्फेयर में मॉइस्चर लेवल बढ़ गया था, तो इसकी वजह से जो पॉलिटेंट है वो एक साथ स्टिक हो गए और दिल्ली एनसीआर में एक्यूमुलेट हुए. 6 और 7 तारीख में वेस्टर्न डिस्टर्बेंस प्लेन्स को इफेक्ट करेगा, तो 7 तारीख में रेनफॉल हो सकती है. तब एयर क्वालिटी बेटर होने की ज्यादा संभावना है.
32 flights were diverted from Delhi airport this morning due to low visibility caused by pollution. An Air India spokesperson said flight operations were affected since morning. 12 flights were diverted to Jaipur, Amritsar and Lucknow. Meanwhile, the Delhi government is scheduled to start the odd-even scheme in the capital from tomorrow. The aim is to reduce pollution due to vehicular traffic. The severe cyclonic storm Maha over east-central Arabian Sea moved further west-northwestwards. It lay centered about 540 kilometers south-southwest of Veerawal port and 550 kilometers south-southwest of Div on Gujarat coast. It is very likely to intensify into a very severe cyclonic storm over east-central Arabian Sea during the next 48 hours. More from our correspondent.
Local weather office has predicted light to moderate rains along with thunderstorm in coastal Saurashtra and South Gujarat under the influence of cyclonic storm Maha during the next 3 days. Warning signal number 2 has been hosted at Veerawal and other ports of the state. Many parts of South Gujarat and coastal Saurashtra are experiencing light to moderate rains with rough weather conditions. Fishermen have been warned not to venture the sea. Yogesh Pandya, Air News, Ahmedabad.
The United Nations Secretary-General Antonio Guterres urges Asia to quit its addiction to coal in a bid to tackle climate change. The UN chief said, countries in the region were among the most vulnerable to global warming and should be on the front line of efforts to stop it. Coal is a major source of power in many Asian countries. Speaking to reporters in the Thai capital Bangkok, Guterres described climate change as the defining issue of our time. The UN chief referenced a study published on Tuesday which found that climate change would put millions more people at risk from coastal flooding by 2050 than previously thought. The majority of those implicated were in developing countries across Asia, the study said. Sri Lanka Navy has arrested 10 Indian fishermen for allegedly crossing the international maritime boundary line and illegally fishing in Sri Lankan waters. A Navy statement said they were arrested along with 2 trawlers during a patrol by naval personnel in the northwestern sea area of Delft Island yesterday. In France, 31 migrants from Pakistan have been found hidden in a lorry in the southern part of the country. French prosecutors said the group was discovered during a routine check on a motorway near the Italian border on Friday. The migrants, who included 3 teenagers, were handed over to the Italian authorities in accordance with immigration procedures. The discovery came after 39 people, all believed to be Vietnamese nationals, were found dead in a refrigerated truck in Britain last month. In Hong Kong, over 200 demonstrators were detained in connection with an attack on China's state-owned Xinhua news agency office by pro-democracy protesters yesterday. It was the first strike against the official Chinese news agency in a show of anger against Beijing. It happened a day after the ruling Communist Party vowed to tighten the grip on the violence in the city. In a brief statement, Xinhua strongly condemned what it called the barbaric acts of mobs that vandalized and set fire to the lobby of its Asia-Pacific office building in the city. Hong Kong Journalists Association has called for an end to violence against the media. Maharashtra government has approved 10,000 crore rupees to provide immediate assistance to farmers affected by unseasonal rains. Talking to reporters, Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis said the decision was taken at a meeting of the Cabinet Subcommittee in Mumbai. As per the initial evaluation, crops on 54.22 lakh hectares spread across 325 talukas in at least half a dozen districts have been damaged. The Chief Minister directed the concerned officials to review the ground situation in their areas and finalize the details of the assistance to be provided. Union Health and Family Welfare Minister Dr. Harsh Vardhan has dedicated to the nation a robotic surgery facility at the Safdarjung Hospital in New Delhi. This latest facility is free of cost for all poor patients of uro-oncological cancers like prostate, kidney, bladder cancers and kidney failures. Robotic surgery has the advantage of providing minimally invasive surgery, reducing significantly the morbidity and mortality of critically ill patients. Already, 25 surgeries have been done using the robotic system. The Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf government of Imran Khan has warned the so-called Azadi marchers against advancing towards the sensitive D Chowk in Islamabad. The march is led by Jamiat Ulema-Islam Fazl Chief Maulana Fazlur Rahman, seeking the Prime Minister's resignation. Meanwhile, the government has decided to file a mutiny case against the Maulana for instigating people against the Prime Minister and state institutions. Fazlur Rahman gave a 2-day ultimatum to Imran Khan and said the public could detain the Prime Minister at his residence and force him to resign. Imran Khan has issued instructions to the Interior Ministry to get ready to deal with any kind of situation in case the protesters violated their agreement with the local administration by trying to advance towards the sensitive red zone. The government has announced setting up of anti-human trafficking units in all districts with the help of the Nirbhaya Fund. In a tweet, Women and Child Development Minister Smriti Irani said, Women help desks will also be set up in all police stations across the country using this fund. She said this initiative will strengthen women's safety and instill a greater sense of security among them. The Empowered Committee, under the Nirbhaya framework, had recommended setting up anti-human trafficking units and women help desks at a cost of 100 crore rupees to be fully funded by the centre. The Nirbhaya Fund was announced by the centre in 2013 to support the initiatives of the government and NGOs working towards the safety of women. The 4-day celebrations of Chhath Puja concluded this morning with devotees offering prayers to the rising sun in different parts of the country. After offering prayers to the sun god, devotees broke their 36-hour fast and prasad was distributed among the people. In Bihar, devotees had started gathering at ghats of various rivers including Ganga, Kosi, Gandak and Son early this morning. In cricket, India will take on Bangladesh in the first T20 International of the 3-match series in New Delhi today. The match is scheduled to begin at 7 p.m. Rohit Sharma will lead the Indian side as Virat Kohli has been rested. All India Radio will broadcast live commentary of the match alternately in Hindi and English. It can be heard on Rajdhani, FM Rainbow and additional frequencies from 6:30 p.m. In hockey, both Indian men's and women's teams have qualified for next year's Tokyo Olympics. The Indian men's team booked the place after defeating Russia 7-1 in the second game of the 2-legged FIH qualifiers in Bhubaneswar last night. The Indian men, ranked 5th in the world, defeated world number 22 Russia 4-2 in the first leg on Friday. Earlier in the evening, Indian women beat United States 6-5 on aggregate despite losing the second match 1-4. India had thrashed US 5-1 on Friday. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi invites global industrialists and businesses to invest in India, says our Act East policy is an important part of Indo-Pacific vision. President Ram Nath Kovind exhorts students to work with people in villages for improving sanitation, health and education. There is no let-up in pollution in the capital. Air quality level reverts to severe category. UN Secretary General urges Asian countries to reduce use of coal to mitigate climate change. And in cricket, India to take on Bangladesh in first T20 International in New Delhi this evening. And with that, we end the midday news.